Hi there, I'm James Hitchcock from Product Enterprise, and I'm here in the Pario product development area of Solitube, and I'm here to show you our new hush mount system for the whole house fan. Now, we've been working on this for a little while, and we had two requirements to really replace and improve our current system. One was it had to be as quiet or quieter than our current system, and it had to be as easy or easier for you guys to install in the attic. And so that's what we're going to show you today. I'm going to go through the product components, I'm going to go through the packaging, a couple little changes there, and then I'm going to show you the full assembly here in the lab, just to make sure that you guys are able to install this product very easily when you're up there in the attic. All right? Go. All right, there's two different main components to this new system. One is the strut that's attached to the ceiling and the joist here, and the other part is the bracket that's attached to the fan. Now, this post right here is going to adjust. This is mounted to the joist. We've got three different adjustment positions. So there's a nice spring-loaded button in here, and this is in the highest position, and then we've got the middle position, and then we've got the low position. And it's going to ship to you in the low position, and then we want to adjust that. Usually try and go as high as you can in the attic for the room that you have, because that'll give the ducting the most natural curve as it's sitting in the attic. Now there's a couple, you'll see here there's three different screws. These are coming in the hardware kit. We want to use the lowest hole when we're doing the joist mount like this. We just go ahead and take the bracket that we received, put it on the joist where you want it, far enough away from the damper box, and go ahead and put these three screws in. It's a very, very simple installation. And then let's say I want to be in the highest position. So I'm going to go ahead and push this guy in, bring it up to that highest position. And then I want to make sure there's a little locking screw here. And I want to make sure that we're able to lock this in position once we're at the height that we want. So you take one of the self-tapping screws and just drive that in. And that's going to lock it and make it quite a bit stiffer in terms of the positioning there. Now, there's three different installation methods in terms of how we fit this on. In some cases, you're going to want to put it on the joist. In some cases, you're going to want to edge mount. So you're actually going to take one of these tabs, we've relieved them for you right here, and bend it up so that you can attach it, whether you've got say a double 2x4 or 2x6, or you've got a plywood platform that you want to attach to. And in this case, we want to go with the low screw down on the side, but we're going to want to use the inner screw hole. This one only has one on this tab, but on the two over here, we're going to want to use the hole closest to the post. And that'll help make the most secure. And then there's a third option. If we bend both tabs up, then we can actually place it on a flat surface if you've got a large plywood mount, such as where your heater is mounted or something up in the attic. And again, in this case, we want to use the inner hole and then the hole here and put those three screws in. And then we're using, again, the lower hole if we're mounting it to a joist. All right? And then there's just a couple of changes to the hardware kits. These are your two hardware kits here. And we've gotten rid of the cable grippers that we used to grip onto the cable. And then we've just added a couple of screws to make sure that you've got enough screws for the mounting there as well as the locking screw there. So we want to make sure we've got the right hardware kit for the right installation method. And now we're going to talk a little bit about the packaging to show you some differences there. So in the packaging, we've changed just a couple of things. And this is our 3000 fan right here. And then in the box, I've got our 1500. What you'll see in here is that we do have this bracket pre-installed for you. There's a rubber mount on all 3 points that bracket is installed. So we've got complete isolation in terms of the vibration. And then in the packaging, you can see the post is actually individually wrapped and set right on top here. So everything comes for you in here. And then in the damper box where our hardware kit is located, when you're dealing with inventory changeover, you'll notice that on the new product, we've got a blue dot on the new product. So if you have old product in inventory, there's a blue dot on the fan box and there's a blue dot on the damper box. So on that, you want to make sure if you're going out on an installation not to mix your inventory. Make sure you've got a blue dot on your damper box and a blue dot on your fan so that the hardware kit that's in the damper box and the fan go together, or no blue dot and no blue dot. So just make sure to keep an eye on that on the packaging, and let's take a look at the assembly. Okay, so we've gone ahead and installed the ducting on the damper box. So at this point, you would have cut a hole in the ceiling, installed the damper box, and you would have installed the ducting, put your 3 screws into the ducting to lock it to the damper box. And then that allows us to take a look in the attic and make sure that we're putting the post where we want it so that it's the right distance away from the ducting. So we're looking right at about there. And I think we're ready to go ahead and do our installation. So in this case, I'm using our 3000 model. And you'll notice on here there's a hole in the bottom and there's a hole in the top. So you want to make sure you get the post through both holes. So we're just going to take that and just drop that right on top of the post. Show that to you again. Okay. Now once it's on the post, the fan can pivot in whatever direction you want it to pivot. So if you're coming off the damper box and you need to point the fan a little bit this way, get it into a large open area. So if there's something obstructing it over here, you want to make sure to point that fan in the exact direction that you want. And then we've got a set screw right down here on the bottom. And we just want to take a Phillips head driver, and just once you've got that fan in the position you want, just go ahead and tighten that down, and that's going to hold everything pretty stiff right in this area here. Then we're going to take our ducting from there, and it's actually quite a bit easier now to take the ducting and slide it right over the fan. And at this point, I'd get that all snugged up on there, and then go ahead and just put my 3 screws in and lock that ducting in place. And then I'd take my ducting strap, which doesn't come in the kit. You buy that roll because we don't know quite how long you need it. And we're going to put that strapping right around here and bring that ducting up to the optimal level. And then we're going to plug our fan in and take care of that, and then we're going to be done with the assembly. So hopefully that explains some of the differences in the changes we've made to the product. And our team here at Solitude Home is actually telling us that this installation is faster than the installation we had before, and the sound is terrific. So I think we achieved both of our goals. We hope you guys think so too. Any questions, give us a call at Product Enterprise. Thanks so much.